NBA fans are in for a treat because we're about to see the start of one of the best matchups in this year's playoffs when the Nuggets and the Suns start their second round series on Saturday. The Denver Nuggets were pretty much on autopilot post All-Star break, and while some fans were losing faith in them, it turns out that the Denver Nuggets weren't playing as hard because they had the 1 seed locked up, and they showed in their first round series against the TimberWolves that they could turn it on anytime they want to because they dominated. The Phoenix Suns also dominated their first round matchup, defeating the LA Clippers in just 5 games. So in this video, let's briefly break down both teams, give the key strategies for both teams to win, the X factors, and I'll give my ultimate prediction on who I think wins this series and in how many games. The Nuggets look like they have the best team of the Nikola Jokic era. Jokic has put together another MVP caliber year, and for the first time since the Orlando bubble, the Nuggets finally have a healthy Jamal Murray in the playoffs. And Jamal Murray has been producing at an all-star level. Michael Porter Jr. is the Nuggets' 3rd leading scorer in the playoffs at 16 points per game, and he really complements Jokic and Murray as an off-ball scorer thanks to his great shooting and his cutting. And the Nuggets have also played really well on the defensive end thanks largely to some great defensive wings like KCP, Bruce Brown, and Aaron Gordon. As for the Suns, Devin Booker has been their top guy so far in the playoffs, even with Kevin Durant on the team. Booker went crazy in that Timberwolves series, averaging 37 points per game on 60% shooting. Kevin Durant has fit in on this Phoenix Suns team like a glove, largely thanks to his abilities as an off-ball shooter and scorer. Chris Paul is still a high-quality floor general, and DeAndre Ayton is great for the Suns as a rebounder and defender. Together, the Suns have a damn good big four, and Torrey Craig has been awesome as a 5th starter, largely thanks to his defense and 3-point shooting, knocking down 55% of his threes so far in the playoffs. Now for the keys for the series. For the Nuggets, they need Nikola Jokic to be ultra aggressive in this series. At times, I think Jokic is too passive, but they really need him to look for his own shot in this series. Now, DeAndre Ayton is a good defender, but there's no way he should be able to guard Nikola Jokic one-on-one. And Jokic dominated the Suns in the regular season, averaging 31 points per game on 65% shooting in those matchups. If Jokic can dominate this series while scoring with his usual ultra-high efficiency, he'll probably force the Suns to have to adjust their defensive scheme and send plenty of defensive help in double teams, which will allow Jokic to get his teammates more involved, and the Nuggets will have more easy scoring opportunities. If DeAndre Ayton ends up in foul trouble from trying to guard Nikola Jokic, then the Suns are pretty much screwed because they don't have great depth. Bismack Biyombo is decent as a backup center, but he's also very undersized at just 6'8". So it's ultra important for Denver that Nikola Jokic is aggressive, but they also need Jamal Murray to play really well. Now, Jamal Murray has been awesome so far in this playoffs. He averaged 27 points and 6 assists a game in the Timberwolves series, but the Nuggets need him to keep it up. Now, I do think that he has a favorable matchup. In order to get Kevin Durant, the Suns had to give up Mikal Bridges, a great defender, and Cameron Johnson, who's also a good defender. So the Suns don't have that many great perimeter defenders. If Jamal Murray can also play great alongside Nikola Jokic, then I think the Nuggets have a chance to win this series. As for the Suns, they should be looking to attack Nikola Jokic in pick and roll coverage as much as possible. Nikola Jokic's lack of lateral speed makes him vulnerable, and the blueprint for this was 2 years ago where the Suns beat the Nuggets in just 5 games. And I know the Nuggets weren't fully healthy in that series, but a huge reason why the Suns were able to dominate is because they were spamming pick and rolls involving Nikola Jokic, and both Chris Paul and Devin Booker murdered the Nuggets defense. So in this series, they should be looking to get Jokic involved in pick and roll coverage as much as possible. If the Nuggets defended with drop coverage, meaning Nikola Jokic drops back, then the Suns are just going to murder the Nuggets from mid-range because Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker are all great mid-range scorers. And if they have Nikola Jokic step up high, then they're just going to blow right by him and get to the rim. The Suns should also be looking to get Michael Porter Jr. involved in these pick and rolls too, because even though MPJ has improved as a defender, he still isn't very good. And if the Nuggets have to take MPJ off the floor because he's getting torched on defense, then that's going to hurt Denver's offense. Josh Okogie is going to be very important for the Suns in this series because of his defense. Okogie is a great defender. He's 6'4" with a monster 7-foot wingspan, and he's athletic, physical, and strong. They're going to need him to hound Jamal Murray, but he also has to be respectable offensively. He only shot 33% from 3 in the regular season, which isn't very good. If he can at least hit the occasional 3, then the Suns will be able to keep him on the floor where he could potentially be a pest for Jamal Murray. And if he can slow down Jamal Murray while also remaining respectable from deep, then he's going to provide immense value for the Suns in this series. Now let's talk X factors. For the Suns, their X factor is DeAndre Ayton. They simply need him to be able to match Nikola Jokic's minutes on the floor. Now again, there's no way he's going to be able to lock down Jokic, but he at least has to be able to make him work for his buckets, and it can't be so easy for him. And he can't get in foul trouble, because if he does, the Suns don't want Bismack Biyombo out there guarding Nikola Jokic. Whether DeAndre Ayton can avoid foul trouble could mean the difference between winning and losing this series for the Suns. And as for the Nuggets, I'm going to have their X factor being Aaron Gordon. There's very few defenders in the league that can guard Durant, but at 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, Aaron Gordon is one of the few defenders that actually could get a hand up on Durant's shot. If he can play respectable defense on Durant while also being a good 4th option scorer for Denver, then that's going to be huge for them in this series. Now for my prediction. I'm going to go against the grain here because I know that the Suns are the favorite to come out the West, but I actually have the Nuggets taking this series in 7 games. I've had the Nuggets as the favorite in the West all season, and I'm sticking to that prediction. I think that Nikola Jokic presents some matchup problems for the Suns. I think both him and Jamal Murray are going to go nuclear, and I think the Nuggets are the much deeper team. But that's my take. Now I want to hear from you guys. Who wins this series and in how many games and why? Tell me in the comments. Guys, if you enjoyed this playoff preview and you want to see more just like it, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. I previewed the other second round series, so if that's any interest to you, go and check them out. Guys, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.